Alright, pre-calc students, so we're going to try something different for this lesson. Instead of making you do problems and all this stuff, I want to make you do a foldable, which I have in front of the classroom. So if I'm busy, just wait a few seconds, and then whenever you get my attention, make sure you ask me for it so I can give you a sample of it. But anyways, it's going to be this piece of paper that we're going to add on throughout the next probably 2 to 3 weeks of information. So you will obviously click on this video because you're here right now. Next part for this assignment, you will create, what are we going to create? A foldable template. You're actually going to create the foldable. I already have the template here. Continue to add on throughout the semester. You must click on this website to get the equations and see how the parameters affect the graph. So before I click on that question, let's look at what we need to do. On the front, you write the 6 trig functions. It will look something like this: sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, tangent, and of course this would be folded in. So you kind of need to see the example for this. You also need to have on the inside the function. So, for example, sine, in this case over here, the parameters and a parent function of the graph. So the parameters that will give you in a little bit, description of what they do, and a parent function. So what the graph looks like when it's kind of like the main function. Again, this is at the bottom of the page, foldable template. You can see all that information for what you need to do. But anyways, let's click on this website. It should take you to this. You have a whole bunch of folders with a whole bunch of graphs. You can click on them to view, yada yada yada. Let me actually change this so it looks a little bit bigger for you. So let's click on sine. If you open that, you have your parent function here that I already gave you and the transformation. These are the equations that you're going to be writing on the inside of your foldable. Over here you have your parameters. If you click on those, you can slide those and see how those affect the graph. Or you can press play and it moves it by itself. Same thing for all of them. You can move them, have fun with what you want to do, yada yada yada. So this is what you're going to use to answer the main questions, which is pretty much going to be: how does A affect the graph, how does B affect the graph, how does C affect the graph, and how does D affect the graph. And again, there's some examples here. Most of us know that the A is amplitude, there's the period, the phase shift, and the vertical shift that I want you all to be able to write in words on how it affects it. So for example, what happens as C gets bigger, what happens as C gets smaller, what happens as B gets bigger, what happens as B gets smaller. Same thing for A, and same thing for D. So keep these in mind. I'll be meeting with you to see what you do. Besides that, good luck, look around. You're going to need to use your resources because you're in pre-calc. I'm going to hold you to even higher standards than everyone else, and I'm going to assume that you can be able to learn by yourself and look for other material because this will prepare you for college. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.